Check out this whole room get cleared out right here just by the pyro. Super sick. Boom, everybody's dead. Rolling. Wow, that's crazy, bro. And the cooldowns are so fast that you're just able to spam and keep control on the map. No matter what happens, no matter how many tanks blow up on you, ain't nothing stopping you, all right? So let's get it. All right, this build is insane. Right here, we were able to get our T15 gold clear. And man, I thought I was gonna die here multiple times. I'm getting like surrounded. These overcharged, frontal swap, obliterate beam, super crazy enemies. Yo, look at this behemoth coming in. Yo, this game is wild, man. I'm supposed to die here. Usually you will die here, getting hit by all these beams and all this damage, but this build does not falter, chat. This build goes harder. They go crazier and you just get stronger. Okay, so let's go, man. I'm loving this build and I hope you guys like it too, yo. So there's a few different type of variations, but this is what I'm liking the most right now, and I think will be the easiest for people to like kind of play and coast through missions, also help their friends and everybody else that they play with, right? It's beautiful seeing my viewers hit for like twice the damage that they're used to, and this build right here is what you need for your group. I feel like every group should have one, in my opinion. That way everybody's damage is buffed, right? So all you guys that don't like pyro, man, start making your pyro, yo. You need the pyro. The pyro's sick. What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are feeling blessed today. Right here, I'm bringing you an anomaly pyro build. This is an amazing build, in my opinion. Super unkillable. You can play in a group and be the CC. I was playing with viewers. We were able to still get golds. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to try to cover the anomaly build, the way that I use it, the mods. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks towards the end of the video, kind of telling you where you want to position and how you want to use this build. All right, the Akari set is really nice, so that's what we're going to be showcasing right here, because it gives us insane damage with our heat wave and our anomaly pyro. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys ready to gold all the missions. Let's get it, baby. All right, fam, I took off my cam so you guys could see everything very clear. I know you want to see my beautiful face, but you can catch me over on Twitch later. All right, so we're going to use 3 firewalls. We're also going to use Ash Blast and Overheat, all right? So these are my skills of choice, and I feel like they synergize very well. Kind of a beast solo and group CC, and you can clear golds with this build, all right? So Heat Wave for the fiery burn onto enemies in its path. We have Overheat for, you can spam this with this build that we have. This is an interrupt, and it deals 4,000 damage to all enemies within a large radius. And from what I understand, this radius is infinite, so you're going to be able to keep spamming this the whole time to kill enemies. So enemies afflicted with burn receive 57k more damage. Instead, the burn will be consumed. Okay, so we also have a way to clear full rooms, as you saw at the beginning of this video, with this Overheat Ash Blast combo. All right, this creates an anomaly blast that inflicts ash onto all enemies within a large radius around you. This has the fatter cooldown, but when these are combined, check out this whole room get cleared out right here just by the pyro. Super sick. Boom, everybody's dead. Rolling. They make you one shot most of the ads on the map, so really strong. Right here, I'm going to show you the weapons of choice that I have. I have Air to the Desert, and that's for Sandstorm. All right, this is going to do 232k damage. You're literally gonna see a tornado sandstorm over an area for 5 seconds. All right, I got this grouped with Shadow Comet, and this does 210 damage every 3 seconds. All right, but we're swapping weapons, we're spamming that Q, so we're shooting a bullet, we're swapping, and we're using Shadow Comet. We're abusing on Shadow Comet. All right, so instead of 3 seconds, you're gonna have like a second cooldown in between weapons, which is really no cooldown at all. So ultimate Storm Whip on this one, tier 3. Try to keep tier 3 mods on them. They usually do the best for you as far as, like, you know, performance. Right here, I've been hearing a lot about Moaning Winds. Shout out to my boy Swift, and I saw Nick talking about it too. So if you wanted to use these on reload, this would give you an area of effect of almost 400k damage every 8 seconds. So really strong. You could slap this on a pistol or something And if you wanted to, you could go super try hard and put Shadow Comment on all 3 weapons, and QQ, hold Q, and have 3 different 200 and 200,000 attacks. All right. So right here, we're gonna go into the Akari set. The reason that I'm using the Akari set is because of the set bonus. All right, the set bonus is actually ridiculous. You could usually get like at least 3 to 6 enemies in front of you, I feel, and each enemy is going to give you 50% anomaly power bonus. All right, you're going to spam this until you used all 3 of your things, because the cooldown is only 6.4. So you don't want to use one and hold one. In my opinion, you want to spam all 3, get them out of there, and get the cooldown so you could get 3 more right back. All right, so I'm gonna have a sequence for you. All right, this is how I like to use it personally. This is one of my tips. I'm gonna use all 3 heat waves, then I'm gonna use the Ash Blast, and then I'm gonna use the Overheat. This should clear out any ads as long as they're not elites on the map. If they're hit with heat wave. All right, so after that, you're gonna have a longer cooldown on this Ash Blast. So what you're gonna do at that time is you're gonna hit 3 heat waves and an Overheat. All right, so that's gonna continue to do damage. And by the time these recharge, which is only a 6 to 7 second, this will come back already again. So you'll be able to do 3, and then Ash Blast and Overheat, and then 3, and then Overheat, 3, Ash Blast, Overheat. You get it. All right, I'm just trying to drill that into your head. That way you understand the sequence. All right, fire mods. Right here we have Heat Wave, and this increases the firewall width, which is phenomenal for those enemies that are spread out. Burnout, I feel like this is one of the mods that you need to have on this Heat Wave build, because damaged enemies are going to take 25% more damage for 8 seconds. Okay, once you get that anomaly power stacked and you use that Overheat, it's going to do so much more damage. On top of that, we have a lot of Overheat mods on this build. It kind of like runs with the Akari set, so it's really useful. Okay, Detonator decreases the cooldown of Overheat by 50 seconds. That's what kind of gets you that crazy cooldown of 7.6, which you could probably even get lower with the right attributes. Right here I have the wrong attributes on this piece of gear, which is anomaly power, long range, close range, but I'm working with what I have. I will highly suggest getting anomaly power, status power, cooldown reduction. I feel like that's the best combination, and once I get a good piece of gear with that, I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So right here I have Sunburnt. I'm gonna increase the damage done to enemies, and it's gonna consume the skill by 48k. So increase your damage by 48k to enemies that have their statuses consumed by the skill. So basically we're always going to be consuming that skill to people, so that 48k is going to be really useful. Tidal wave, so you could get an extra heat wave. That way you can have an extra chance to stack that anomaly damage off the Akari set, get that 50% per enemy. Right here we have anomaly power, skills leech, and cooldown reduction. Not the best, but a little bit better than the weapon damage bonuses that we had on the other piece. And we're gonna go with Overheat, and this is gonna give you each status consumed by the skill grants 52k armor for a bonus of 8 seconds. All right, this is such a needed mod in this build, I feel, guys, that I don't even use Golem, boys. I don't use Golem. I don't use anything else. I don't use any defensive mod except Blacksmith on this Overheat. All right, it is phenomenal. I promise you, you're gonna love it. Each status condition consumed by the skill grants 52k armor for 8 seconds. All right, so we usually could consume a few statuses on this build, since we're using the Ash and we're using the fire combo that at the beginning of the video you saw cleared out the whole entire room. That's how we're just going to move through the whole mission. And if you want to check out gameplay, come to the Twitch stream where you could check us out destroying content. All right, usually letting viewers jump in with us and get those gold completions and sometimes those tiers that they're struggling to get. So ride the wave right here. Once again, you want to have as many of these heat waves as you can. That way you can go ahead and spam it over and over and get that anomaly buff up. All right, lastly, I have the boots. A lot of people wouldn't suggest the boots because it comes with max health over anomaly power, but you know, if you want to work with what you got, or you know, you're just kind of beginning to make this build, you kind of want to use this, I feel, this master consumer, because this is going to give you 150% increased damage. All right, so this skill consumes either burn or ash status to deal damage. Consuming both at once increases your damage by 150%. So this is the wham bam thank you ma'am combo, the wombo combo, that if you burn, you basically use your heat wave, you ash, and then you overheat, chat, or I'm saying chat, but YouTube. Once you do this, you're gonna destroy almost any enemy except for elites. Yo, elites are some bad mama. They're so strong, but I promise you, like with this, with these weapons, you can destroy them, especially after your heat wave on them. You're gonna get 25% increased damage, and yeah, you could, if you wanted to, instead of a 3rd degree, you could put on like a captain damage right here to give you 25% more damage to elites. But right here, I'm just using 3rd degree, and this increases my weapon damage against enemies damaged by the skill by 30% for 5 seconds. So it works for me. 25% flat damage on elites overall would probably be better, honestly. But, you know, I'll leave that up to you to run it how you want. Right here, we have our Pyromancer. Bottom tree is for straight damage. If you want to go insane with it, you could just use bottom tree all the way and make sure you unlock this wildfire cooldown. But I'm making this for, you know, the whole community. So I'm going to let you guys use this middle tree right here. And the reason we're going to use this middle tree is because it makes you a tank, boys. I'm talking about you're going to be standing in the middle of some of the craziest bosses, getting destroyed, and you're still going to have so much damage from your anomaly buff off your Akari set, from spamming that firewall, boys, that you're going to destroy content, I promise you. Magma right here, we're going to use this all the way across. This is going to give us 5 different nodes. And once we use Distance Flame, this is going to give us 12.5% overall, because we're getting 2.5 for each, right? Quick maths, baby. So right here we have warm up. We're going to reduce the cooldowns because we're using 2 of these skills. We're using Ash Blast and Firewall at the same time, so we want to make sure we're stacking those. Wildfire, 100,000%. Decreasing cooldowns in this game is life, if you don't already know. I like Trial by Fire personally because when I play with teammates or anybody or even by myself, enemies afflicted with burn receive 5% more damage. So this is buffing you and your team no matter what, okay? Right here, we're using increased weapon damage and anomaly power. I was going to go with the 6%, but for 1% anomaly power that I don't use, I get 5% weapon damage. So that's cool with me. Right here, we have extinction, and this increases 20% damage against enemies below 30% health. You're going to get that Master of Armor. We're going to get some more gifted damage right here for anomaly and weapon. We're also going to increase our skill leech a little bit, all right? I don't think the last longer you really need, because you're going to just be pumping through and destroying them, all right? Right here, we have skill leech. You could use this damage if you wanted to. The burn afflicted enemies give you a little bit more damage. That'll be 20%, and that's just like when you put burn on them and stuff like that. So we got this lava right here. Activating ignite skills increases your armor by 45%. So we're using 2 skills that increase this by 10 seconds. Plus, we're already stacking the 20. So we're rolling right here just with this node on like 65% armor when we use one of these skills. So fuel for the embers, we have double the skill leech under 30% of max health, and then another trial by fire. So this is going to be overall, this 15 plus this 5 is going to give us 20% extra damage to enemies that are burned. That's why sometimes when your friends join you, if you're a pyro main already and you're using some of these burns and some of these ashes, you're giving your teammates intense buildups of damage and buffs that you really need to like clear some of this higher end game content. So right here, we're going to do a warm up, which is going to reduce the skills that we're using. Since we're using 2 of these, again, this is like phenomenal in my opinion. And then lastly, magma elemental, and activating these skills is going to increase your armor piercing, which is going to help you destroy some of these bosses, and it's going to give you armor piercing up by 45% and resistance piercing up by 45% also for 10 seconds. That is the tree. And when we come over here to the inventory, if you wanted to, you could also use Fortress. From what I understand, this scales off your armor, I think like 20k armor or something like that. But once you're level 50, this Fortress is 43% base damage no matter what. I have it paired with Shadow Comet. If you want to run that Death Shield, if you've been lucky enough to have this weapon, it's a really nice weapon for you to use. Personally, I've been super fine with the Sandstorm. I just put this on the boss or the elites, and it does that nice damage over time. And then I start to work on them with my Dynamo. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope I covered everything. We'll be using some Thermal Blast in the future. But for right now, this is it. Hope to catch you later on Twitch, fam. Peace, baby.